Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. For this lesson, I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of Chains that they did back in February of 1963. The song was written by Carole King and Jerry Goffin. And George Harrison, back in 1962, bought the Cookies rendition of the song on 45 at Brian Epstein's NEMS record store. And the group learned the song, and they played it at a lot of gigs. They also played it on the BBC radio show called Here We Go on January of 1963 at the Playhouse Theatre in Manchester. Then on February 11th, 63, of course, they were to do their first album, record 10 songs in one day, and Chains was the fourth one of the day. On that day, John Lennon had a really bad cold, but luckily George Harrison was singing lead on this song. They did 4 takes of the song, but take 1 ended up being the best. And the musicianship on that recording was George Harrison on his duo jet and singing lead vocal, John on his Rick 25 and doing background vocals, Paul playing bass and doing background vocals, and Ringo on drums. And the song was recorded live to tape without any overdubs. And this is actually the first example of a Beatles record where the lads are featured singing 3-part harmony. The song was mixed on February 25th, 63. They played it live on April 1st on a BBC radio show called Side by Side, and they also did it on June 17th on a show called Pop Goes the Beatles. And there's a full concert recording of them, including the song Chains, that they did on August 21st, 63 at Gaumont Cinema in Bournemouth. Fun facts to know and tell. Right before the second chorus, on the mono and on the stereo recording, you could clearly hear John saying, "Is that the rhythm?" So listen very closely to the recording, and you get a little Beatle instance that they left in on all of the recordings. It was released on the Please Please Me album, March 22nd, 1963 in the UK, and on an album on VJ Records in America called Introducing the Beatles on January 10th, 1964. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. George Harrison is playing his Gretsch Duo Jet on Chains. This is a country classic, and I'm going through a 64 Vox AC30. I like doing these early Beatles songs because they're good lessons for beginner or intermediate guitar players. There may be some odd chords here for beginner players, but I think you should learn them because the song is in the key of B flat. So the chords you'll need are a B flat, a B flat 7, you'll need an E flat, E flat 9, and at the very end you'll need an E flat minor. You'll need an F, an F9, and an F down here. And I believe those are all the chords. If not, we'll fix it as we go along. Now remember, he's singing live while he's doing this, so during the verses you can tell he plays very straight, but at the end of a line he'll do a little accent, and it's it's a good lesson for a beginner guitarist to learn too. But on the intro he plays pretty straight like this. Here's the intro. 3, 4. Okay, and then he begins singing. So on verse 1, it's like this. Here's verse 1. 3, 4. You notice there's some ghosting there on the F9 on beat 4. It's kind of like maybe he's just strumming and he's moving his hand to the next chord, and you hear a non-chord. So very slowly that's and finishing up. Now on verse 2, I guess he wants to concentrate a little more on the singing, so he just strums lightly. He just strums the chords lightly, pretty much eighth notes, a little accenting on the downbeats 1 and 3. So on verse 2, he just play through the chords, and it's just like kind of. Then on bridge 1, he's lightly strumming again while he's singing and pretty much quarter notes until he stops singing. So the first part of the bridge is just E flat to B flat to B flat 7, and he simply plays. That's it. Then on verse 3, he gets a little more adventurous with some of the accents. So I'll give you verse 3. Here's verse 3. 3, 4. On bridge 2, again, a little quieter, a couple more accents on bridge 2, starting from the E flat, 3, 4. Again, you can tell when he's really digging into the vocal and not wanting to play too many accents. And verse 4, just a little syncopation. Here's verse 4, 3, 4. And then on the outro, it's kind of ad-lib strumming and difficult to hear, but for the most part, I believe the outro is like this. He'll go. And then he's out. Charts and tabs at Mike Pachelli will make it, MikePachelli.com will make it clearer than I can say it or play it. But that's George's part on Chains. John Lennon is playing his Rickenbacker 325. I've got mine going through the same Vox AC 30, 1964 AC 30. He has a more industrious part, that's for sure, because like on the bridge where he's not singing, he plays some really cool stuff. And while he is singing, though, he accents and then kind of lightly plays on the low strings. It's the same chords as what George used. The B flat. You'll need a B flat 7. You'll need an E flat 9. Now, when he plays his E flat 9 a lot, he gets this little, with his pinky, he gets a G and an E flat note. When he's going. And you'll need an F down here. Also an F up here. And I think that's all the chords, except the E flat minor at the end. So when it first starts out, he's playing a C chromatic harp. And so he doesn't play at all in the first verse until what would be measure 16. And on measure 16, he comes in with the big F where he goes, And then he starts on beat 2 of verse 2 with kind of playing the B flat, but then kind of suspending it, or you can think of it as an E flat over B flat. But when he first comes in, it's 1. And then as he's singing, he's just playing low notes, lightly playing the chords. So he goes 1. And when it goes to the E flat, he goes 1, and then lightly playing the bottom part of the E flat 9. Back to B flat. To the F9 straight. And he's into the bridge. So just let me do that second verse. 3, 4. Then on bridge 1, again with that E flat, and it's a lot of syncopation, and he was just doing it ad-libbed, and of course I wrote it out because I'm that kind of wackadoodle. But on that E flat, it's like he's playing 2 and 4 and 2 and 4, and then the change is going to go to B flat, and so on the and of that second measure, it gets to B flat. Guess I'll do it for you slow. Here's bridge 1, 3, 4. Again, that's when George is singing, so John is being a little more persuasive, we might say. And on verse 2, he just hits, on the first measure, he goes 1. Doesn't play on the second measure. And he comes in on the third measure. Well, somebody do verse 3, it'll be easier. Here's verse 3. 2, 3, 4. Small neck here if you have one of these things, and if you have small fingers, this is a good guitar for you. Okay, bridge 2 is a little less syncopated. It's just like 1, 2 and 4 and 2 and 4, switching to B flat. Here's bridge 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay, in verse 4, a little more syncopation here. Starts off 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then on the outro, John is doing this. He's going 1. Charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it clearer than I can play it or say it, but that's John's part on Chains. I have put it together in a sound-alike so you can see how both guitar parts fit together, so please have a look at this.
Chains, my baby's got me locked up in chain, and they ain't the kind that you can see. Whoa, these chains are
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a good example of even way back in 1963, John and George knew how to complement each other's guitar playing to make a song really move along. And I suggest you download the charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, learn both parts, play along with my sound alike, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And I really appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because that moves me up in the YouTube queue. So have fun playing this great old song, and until next time, I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.